Here we go. I am recording. Welcome everybody to week 4. I know a lot of you are going to be watching this a little bit later because we had a little bit of a hiccup in our scheduling today, and Christy will be feeling much better. She's already feeling better, but I get to fly solo today on our chapter reviews. So happy Wednesday afternoon, everyone. Let me see. Okay, so today we are we're covering some pretty deep chapters here, and it just gets deeper. I wanted to go over that. It's kind of interesting to me when you look at views of Sonia Dudley when she did this course with her senior gold and above. It's interesting to look at the views of it because the first video, so her first video, what was it? 7.9 thousand views. That was week 1. Week 2, 2.8 thousand views. I mean, less than half of the people stuck around for week 2 even. Week 3, 1.6 thousand views. Week 4, 1.3 thousand views. Week 5, 1.1. Week 6, people just totally dropped off, 790 views. And then week 7, the little hurrah at the end, 996 views. So it went down from almost 8,000 views on the first meeting. It was too hard for people. They gave up. And down to less than 1,000 on the last week. And that's over time. That was over, people have been watching it. So anyway, I wanted to remind you guys, keep on going. Don't be the person that drops out. Do not drop out of the race. Keep plugging along. Do whatever it takes. Don't put the thing that is this is going to change your life. This positive self-talk and this internal programming change will change your life. And so don't put that on the back burner and replace it. We get caught up in the day-to-day, and it covers that in these chapters too. You get caught up in the busyness of our day-to-day lives and our routine. So make it a priority in your life. Make the change a priority in your life. We can all find a way to do it. It just has to matter to us the most. So Sonia Dudley talks about quit questioning. I think it's her that says it, but quit questioning and trust. I think that's, for sure, that's the hugest thing that gets you off of the train is that question, that doubt in your mind of, is this even working? Is it even working for me? We see that in our Plexus business. People who try things for a week or 2. We all personally have probably felt that before. I think we all have to go through that trial of our faith and go, is this even working? Like, maybe it's not. Why do I even do this? And then something hits us and we realize, oh yeah, it is. It's making a difference. But trust that your positive affirmations, trust that what you are doing works, and that the reprogramming of our brain will work. Tell yourself, this is going to work. Stop the battling and just trust. Trust that it will work. And you'll see incredible growth. Okay, so chapter 11. This is it's all good, but the motivation myth. Okay, so what happens when our motivation is external? So we have outward motivation. It works, doesn't it? We know, we've all experienced it. People look for that external motivation, and it's temporary. It is short-lived. Millions of dollars are spent. Companies spend millions of dollars bringing in motivational speakers, putting them up on stage, having that rousing excitement of that motivational speaker. You have people jumping up on their feet and excited, and they paint pictures of what we can do and what we can be and how amazing our life is. And it's just right there, just within our grasp, and we can do it and we can make the change. And they get people thinking. They get us thinking about our dreams, and they suggest what we can do, what we can be. And on page 92, and 93, I loved this quote. All external motivation is temporary. It cannot keep you from drifting when the motivator is gone. How often do we do that? How many times have we been to listened to a motivational speaker, been at a conference and been like this, cried, I'm a crier, and thought, this is so amazing. I'm doing it. And right then and there, you make the decision, you make the choice. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make all the changes. I'm going to do all the good stuff. I'm not going to be sidetracked. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do that. And he goes on to say, it is the external coach who supports, encourages, demands, and rewards. But when the coach is gone, so is the support, the encouragement, the demand, and the reward. Keep giving us the motivation and we will do better. We may not have progressed or grown or achieved, but we did so with some, so we may have progressed or grown or achieved, but we did so with someone else's energy. It was not our own. And I think, wow, okay, it takes more than a rousing speech. It takes more than a big pep rally, a rah-rah, to erase and replace our internal programming. You guys, it's set. It is set there for decades in our minds. And so it's going to take more than an hour speech of listening to someone saying, you can do it, rah-rah. So that external motivation tells us that we can do anything we want to accomplish. And our poorly programmed internal motivator, our subconscious, tells us rubbish. That's what he says, rubbish. So we can hear it. The doubt's kind of in there, but we have that external motivator, that person that's telling us we can do it, we can do it. And so we're chugging along. They're pushing us from behind, and we have that belief. But inside, what we're fighting against is our internal programming, our poorly programmed internal subconscious. On page 94, he says, our long-time, comfortable old program patiently waits for us to come to our senses, believe what our past programming has taught us, and stop this nonsense about wanting to be a super achiever. So it's back there. I mean, and we all get it. I think we can probably even all identify it when we're really thinking about it, because we think, oh, we're dreamers. We're dreaming. We're thinking all these great things can happen. And how long does it really take before a little bit of self-doubt creeps in? And we think, I'm doing this. I'm doing it. I have so many other things that I need to do. It does not take long. It doesn't take long for me. And I am a pretty much overall positive, cup runneth over person, but it comes and it's just waiting there on the edges, just on the outskirts. So let's see. So whether or not we are capable, he talks about, whether or not we are capable of achieving something does not make a bit of difference to our subconscious minds. We are capable of extraordinary and amazing things. Our minds sometimes and our doubts will tell us otherwise, but, no matter whether we're capable of doing it or not, our mind doesn't care. As long as we tell ourselves we can do it, we will do it. We just have to keep telling ourselves. And, an hour or two of someone telling us how amazing we are and, believing that and thinking about it for an hour or two, that's not going to make the difference. We don't have a chance because of that negative self-talk that we've been programmed with our entire lives. So, when that motivator is gone, when the coach goes home, so does the motivation. If it's not there constantly cheering you up, it's gone. So our action requires motivation. Your thoughts. What are your thoughts? You have to ask yourself, what are your thoughts? We need to be our own internal coach. So motivate yourself. And we talks about it a little bit further on down in the chapters, but having that internal coach is vital. It is so, so important that you are your own best motivator, your own coach. The only person that will never leave you is yourself. So personal responsibility. How about that? How about own it, feed and learn for ourselves, feed our brains, teach ourselves, be that coach, be that motivator for ourselves. We must make that change. And I think they talk about 6 inches. I think maybe my forehead's a little bigger than that, but that you must make the change in here. It has to be in here. It can't be a motivator, an external motivator. It has to be. And Christy and I talked about this just today, about how we can be that motivator. We can rah. We can help our spouses. We can help our friends. We can help our teammates that are in our business. We can help them. We can shoot off those messages. And I've had this happen many times. We all have, where we've sent off a message and we've helped somebody, and it feels good when we help somebody. It feels good when they say, you made a world of difference in my day. Thank you. It was just what I needed. And that's great. How much of a change does it make when our day and our burdens are lightened for that day? It makes a difference in that day. And if we haven't made that change in our own selves, in our own right here, then going forward, that day was great. That day was a bright spot. But going forward, are we achieving our goals? And are we really making the change that is necessary to be our own best coach, our own motivator? So that's the motivation myth, that attending conferences, we can look forward to conferences, we can look forward to Leaders Retreat, we can look forward to all of those things, and we can glean so much information to help us and to inspire us. If we have not made that change in our minds, in our own selves, then that's going to be just a few hours of happiness and joy. It's not going to be long lasting, and we want long lasting. We want that longevity. So, okay, that is chapter 11. Chapter 12, not hypnosis, not subliminal. Continuing on with a personal responsibility that we need to own and create our own motivation. Talking about spirit, conviction, hard work. Here's my highlights on this. Your own self-talk will be your surest form of inner defense and inner strength. Combine that with your spiritual source of your personal source of spiritual strength, and nothing can override it. Use it. Think for yourself, educate and program your own mind. No one else should do that for you. No one else has. No one else has the right. I loved that. I love personal responsibility. Especially in our society and the world that we're living and that we're raising our kids in right now, personal responsibility has gone by the wayside. We are so ready and so eager to blame someone for our problems, to blame someone for what we can or can't achieve. And in reality, it's that personal responsibility that makes all the difference. So let's see. So whatever you do, however you do it, however you talk to yourself, whether it is hypnosis, whether it's our self-talk. We need to have our self-talk and take that personal responsibility. This was at the end. The 3 overriding attributes. Let's see. Okay, sorry for the pause here. This is always where Christy pops in and she says all the good stuff. I am missing you so much today, Christy. Okay, so I liked when he said, but always remember that some of the greatest minds, some of the greatest achievers which this earth has ever known, achieved their greatness with only 3 overriding attributes: spirit, conviction, and hard work. That's pretty good. Spirit, conviction, and hard work. It doesn't come easy. This is not easy. This is hard, and it's a little bit painful sometimes. I don't even know where my timer is. So I'm sure it's going to be less than 30 minutes, but I have been known to talk and talk and talk. Okay, let's see. Yeah, just at the end of this chapter, your own self-talk to your inner self is and always will be your surest form of inner defense and inner strength. I think I said that. I had that highlighted. But combine that with your own spiritual strength, your own personal convictions, and wow, nothing can override it. When you have combine all of those strong, your spirit, your conviction, your hard work, and you have programmed it into your brain, nothing can override it. You have a firm foundation and a strong testimony of what you can do. It's pretty amazing. Okay, chapter 13. If it isn't simple, it won't work. We know that. In fact, we know that with our Plexus products. I know that with anything. If it is complicated, somebody might try it for a second. They might give it, but it gives way to, it's the path of least resistance, really. We know that. We've experienced it. But he talks about, even for him, even 20 minutes a night going over his goals, even that was hard for him. It is hard. It is really hard to carve out that time. We let things creep in. We let things kind of take over. So even though self-improvement, we know it. We know that self-improvement is huge. It's the most important thing, but our day-to-day life takes over. How often are we, doing something and we get a phone call, we get a message, we get something that's urgent, but it's not necessarily urgent for us, but we want to help, we want to give, we want to, learning to say no is really, really hard. But we need to make it simple. So we need to make our self-talk, our goals achievable, simple, so that the competing things in our lives, all of the things that are coming at us and will continue to come at us, it's not going to slow down, you guys. We know that for sure. Life does not slow down. And it just keeps rolling along. So we need to make it simple so that the competing things in our life can complement our focus on self-improvement. So, don't make resolutions. We're coming up on the next few months, the New Year's resolution trend. And I think that's been proven year after year that, did you make a resolution in January and here we are in November? What was it? Do you even remember? But not a resolution. We need to make a new way of life, a new way of living that becomes our day-to-day routine. So make a new way, make it better, make it simple. Okay, chapter 14 is huge. So I'm going to focus mainly on chapter 14, the new techniques. Let me see. So the new techniques that make self-talk work so well are simple and surprisingly easy to use. Ta-da! Okay, so silent self-talk, page 116. Anything and everything you think about yourself or anything else around you, it is that subtle shift in your attitude from ever again looking at the things in a negative way to look at everything in a more positive, productive way. So everything, all of it, look at all of it in a positive way. How can we shift from saying, I'm so tired, I didn't get enough sleep, we've been around the negative Nellies. You may be a negative Nelly. Stop it. Just stop. Last night I was with a group of young ladies at church. I work with 12 and 13-year-old girls. Every Tuesday night we meet, we get together. Last night we did a gratitude journal. They didn't write in the gratitude journals. They colored pictures and we made the cover for them, a steno notebook. So it's just simple and easy. They can just write down their things that they're grateful for. They're 12 and 13-year-old girls. They're grateful that they have a cell phone. They're grateful that they get to listen to Christmas music because they have Spotify. I don't know. They're just funny, cute little girls. It was interesting though, because, on the drive home, they were talking about all of these kids. This starts with you guys, our negative self-talk. For our whole lives, we talk negative to ourselves because it gets a reaction. And so the little girl that was sitting in front with me, she was talking about, I have so much homework. I'm going to fail my test, my honors English test. And then the other girls chimed in and they were talking about, I'm going to fail this test. They were talking about failing. That's all I heard. Fail. My alert, everything was going off, buzzing. And I just said, I've always been like this, joking around and saying the positive. It's super annoying to people around me, but I will say, you're not going to fail. You can do it. You are going to be awesome. You're going to be great. Your stuff. You've been reading it. You may not have studied as much as you wanted to, but you're going to do just fine. It's going to be great. And this little girl, 12-year-old girl next to me, she said, you're awesome. You should be a motivational speaker. You're always so positive, which is funny because we don't really have, I give them lessons on Sunday and we talk about different things on Sunday. So I don't really interact with them socially with the 12 and 13-year-old girls. So it's just been the time that I'm together with them, teaching them lessons and the activities on Tuesday night. So I don't have that much time to interact with them about their negative self-talk. But I don't know who's at my door, but I think I'm going to hang on just a second. Sorry. Okay, it was just the UPS man. I thought it was actually someone coming to my door. Yay for deliveries. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, anyway, it was just so funny that this 12-year-old girl said, hey, motivational speaker, I should be that. I want to be that. Because I can't even take notes on chapters that are already written for me. So when I do become a motivational speaker, Christy, you can be my speechwriter. Okay, so this is what he talks about. Start the day right. Wake up with gratitude. Wake up saying, this is going to be a fantastic day. Will and I say this on the way to the bus every day. It's going to be a fantastic day. What do you tell yourself in your head? Try this for a day or two and just see. I was saying this to the girls last night. Hey, what if here's the difference. When you say to yourself, oh, I'm not ready for my test. I'm going to fail. Instead, put a positive spin on it. I may not have prepared as well as I could have. I didn't have the time to do it, or the time that I did have, I used it well to prepare. I'm going to do fantastic. I'm going to do as well as I can. And I said, it's hard to say positive things without a smile. You just feel better. You just feel the difference. You can feel the difference immediately in saying the positive things. So take the negative self-talk, immediately turn it around and replace it with the positive. Tell yourself, I can handle this. I can do this. It's going to be great. Start your day off right. So, think about what happens to yourself when you are down and out and, you're feeling tired and exhausted. And then somebody calls you and they have something exciting to say to you. So, what does that do? What does that do to your energy when you get an exciting call? Someone who calls and is excited about something. Doesn't matter what it is. You forget how tired you are. All of a sudden you're rejuvenated, you're energized, you're excited. So that makes all the difference. Your mind forgets and your body responds. Your body responds to that positive self-talk, and our thoughts make all the difference. Your brain responds immediately. I love that. Self-talk, page 119. He says, anything you say out loud to yourself, you are feeding your subconscious mind. We make hundreds of comments, thousands of comments, hundreds of comments a day. So add them up over a week, add them up over a month, over a year, tens of thousands of subconscious thoughts that equal how you feel, what you do, and who you become. Every single thing makes a difference. It does. Death or life to your business, to your life, it all depends on what you're saying to yourself. So the greatest gifts that you will ever give yourself, once mastered, is your positive self-talk. That is your greatest gift, because once mastered, it is a treasure you will never lose. Wow. Get your master's in get your master's in self-talk. Do it. You guys, this is huge. This is awesome. It's a treasure you will never lose. Self-conversation. Talk to yourself. Be your own bestie. Be more purposeful in what you're saying to yourself. Start your day with the absolute best about yourself. It's going to be the best day. I am going to love today. I'm so excited. I'm so excited the sun came up because I can't wait to get out there and get some things done. Self-write. He talks about writing. Christy is the best at this. She is an amazing, amazing writer. I love it. I love that she takes notes about everything. She is a thinker, but writing it down, it's fantastic. A lot of times people will write a eulogy about, what do I want people to remember about me? What do I want people to say when I'm gone? You don't necessarily have to do that, but maybe write a story about yourself and write down statements, write things down. When we write it down, it makes a stronger connection to our brain. So write it down, do the positive self-write. self-speak, self-conversation, self-write. He talks about tape talk, which now we have, just the little recordings on our phone that we can do over and over again. But he talks about losing weight and how he would listen to the tape every morning. And his wife was listening as well on page 131, talking about how just eavesdropping on positive self-talk, that tape talk, the same thing over and over every morning. They both lost weight because just that subliminal hearing it from the other room. So be aware of what you're listening to. What do you have on the TV? What are you listening to on the radio? All of those things make a difference. Christy pointed out to me on page 136, and it's the end of chapter 14. So the end of chapter 14, as I talked about not really being able to get to chapter 15 today because it's deep. So we're going to cover chapter 15 next week. But this is the end of it, and it says, you're doing pretty good already, and you're just now getting started. So you guys, we're doing awesome. We are amazing. This is fantastic. So chapter 15 is the next techniques, the new techniques. No. Chapter 15, that was chapter 14. So chapter 15 is whatever you need or position, whatever your need or position in life. It's huge. And this ending paragraph of it, I'm sure you guys already read it, but if you didn't, there's our ending paragraph. Christy I thought she was reciting it to me. I thought she had it memorized. She was just reading. So I'll read it to you so we can end our call on this. Which would you rather do? Because today is the day after election, and we're talking about voting and all that surrounds that. So imagine for a moment any problem you would like to overcome right now, or any change you would like to make in yourself or in your life. If there were two of you, and if one of you became a positive, productive self-talker and the other did not, for whom would you cast your vote? I know which one I would vote for every time. So I vote positive. I vote find that inner strength and that inner conviction to be the very best person you can be, and tell yourself about it all the livelong day, all the days. Okay, so our homework for next week is chapters 15 through 18. And they're deep chapters. So read 15 over again if you've already read it. If you haven't, hooray, you get to have a catch-up day, a catch-up week. So keep doing your plexus, your perfect plexus day. Do 3 of those this coming week. And start with today. Just do your perfect plexus days and keep up with your affirmations, with your positive affirmations. It makes all the difference because you will be improved. You're saying your own positive affirmations. Wake up in the morning, start it off the very best day ever. This is going to be awesome. And then keep going on your positive affirmations to your spouse and to your children, because it makes a difference. It's hard, but I know we haven't mastered that yet. We do not have our master's degree yet. So let's keep working on it. Let's keep doing it. And benefit. Everybody benefits when we say positive things. And if a negative thing comes up in your mind and you hear that, recognize it. Recognize it and change it. Change it right away. Don't wait for tomorrow. Change all of your self-talk so that it's positive. So anyway, thank you guys for listening to me for 30 minutes. You guys are awesome. And I can't wait to replace this video with another one with Christy, because I am missing you, Sally. Okay, let's see. I've never done this before, so I'm going to stop. So you guys have a great week. I love you all.